Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time! Part 1 of Scarlet and Violet's DLC, the Teal Mask, releases later this week on Nintendo Switch, and I'm telling you right now, this DLC is gonna be huge. Not only is there a lot going on at this game, but we're getting some new mechanics, some new Pokemon, returning Pokemon, and just so much more that I can't even tell you about in 30 seconds. So, let's take a moment and talk about everything that you need to know about the Teal Mask before it releases later this week. Let's get to it. First and foremost, it's important to note that the Teal Mask does not take place in the Paldea region. The Teal Mask actually takes place in the land of Kitakami, a village far away from the Paldea region that students are visiting, that has vastly different Pokemon, a vastly different landscape, and most notably, some returning Pokemon not available in Scarlet and Violet's base game. And while I won't spoil any of the new Pokemon or new forms of Pokemon here in this video, I will tell you that there are over 100 returning Pokemon for the Teal Mask that are not currently available in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's base game. Some notable Pokemon here being Clefairy and Clefable, Vulpix and Ninetales, the Poliwag through Poliwrath line, Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, and of course, everybody's favorite big boy, Snorlax, returning to the game. Other notable returning Pokemon also include Feebas and Milotic, as well as all of the starters from the Unova region, from Diamond and Pearl. So the Turtwig line, the Chimchar line, and the Piplup line will all be returning for the Teal Mask. And if everything is to be believed, they will be available as wild encounters, not static encounters, meaning that shiny hunting these guys is going to be a lot easier. Now, along with new and returning Pokemon, we also get some new in-game events and activities that will not only help you out along your journey, but help make catching certain Pokemon much easier along the way. One such event being the Timeless Woods, where you'll meet up with photographer Perrin, who's looking for a mysterious Pokemon. You'll journey through the Timeless Woods and take snapshots of Pokemon that you find to complete research looking for this mysterious Pokemon. Another in-game event available in the Teal Mask is Ogre Oustin, a minigame where players ride around on Co-Ride-On or Me-Ride-On's back and collect berries by popping balloons or doing various other tasks. And the biggest in-game event available in the Teal Mask is the return of mass outbreaks. And no, I'm not talking about the mass outbreaks in Scarlet and Violet where you only get one per day. These are the mass outbreaks very similar to what you would find in Legends Arceus, where they will spawn for a very specific period of time and then disappear, not be available for an entire day or only one per day. These will be in-game events, and we know that the first one coming up is going to be a Clefairy mass outbreak. We also have the introduction of some new items in the game, such as Mochi and the Roto Stick. Mochi acting as Berries would, or kind of like Feathers would, in the base game, where they increase the EV of whatever stat they are for by 1 point, but also getting to the introduction of a fresh start Mochi, which will reset all stats for the Pokemon back to its base points, which is going to be huge for the VGC players of this game. The Roto Stick allows you to take pictures at wider angles with new poses, as well as directing Pokemon during photos. And trust me, if you played the base game and you know how long it took to get that profile picture for you of, like, you know, your little Charizard being asleep or standing behind you or something like that, the Roto Stick is absolutely going to be huge. And of course, we can't forget about the main characters of the Teal Mask, being Carmine and Kieran, two students of Blueberry Academy, which is part of Part 2 of the DLC, the Indigo Disc. They will play a very large role in this DLC, along with the Blueberry Academy teacher, Briar, as we've seen from the trailers. What part they'll play in the DLC, we don't know yet, but it looks like it's going to be interesting. And of course, we also know from trailers that we'll be getting not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 new legendary Pokemon for this DLC. The first of which being the box art legendary Ogerpon, the box art for the Teal Mask, and the other ones being the loyal 3 of the Kitakami area, those being Okidogi, Monkey Dory, and Pheasantipede. All 3 looking absolutely fantastic. We also know from trailers that it looks like Ogerpon will get multiple types of mask during the course of the game, but we'll have to wait and see what those actually do once the DLC actually releases. Which brings us to the fun part, the actual release date and time for the Teal Mask. Now, we know that the Teal Mask is releasing on September 13th in Japan. The morning of September 13th, to be specific, from promotions that have been leaked online. This would mean, however, that the Teal Mask is not releasing on the 13th in the US, but is actually releasing late on September 12th, somewhere between 6 and 9 p.m. Central Time or 7 and 10 p.m. Eastern Time, which means that we'll be getting the game earlier than expected. And with that being said, I will be streaming the DLC as soon as it's released in the US, like the minute it is released and playable. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and make sure you have notifications on, so that way you can come and enjoy the DLC with me and do your playthrough as I do my playthrough. And trust me, we can have all kinds of fun together with this. Make sure to stay tuned, guys, because I will have all kinds of guides and videos out for you as the DLC drops and as we learn more and more things about the DLC. But for now, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.